Okay, I mean, I guess it has a lot of individual agency, you could argue. Maybe it's also Upset's most comfortable of the three. It also just might be for feel is just way stronger. Yeah. Like Rumble with the Leandries, Nocturne with either the Hex Parament or Hex Play, or even a Stride Breaker, kind of whatever you want. Rise will probably be
Rod against Rod, right?
Yeah, something like that. Whereas Callista, like, in my head, I'm like, one item versus one item. In theory, Shifters should spike harder. So they should feel confident to, like, force picks. And also, I think that Shifters really need to utilize side lane threats. Yeah. One of the reasons why you pick Nocturne into Pantheon is, like, Nocturne is just a fantastic duelist. He loves 1v1s, and so a champion like Panth, who you'd typically favor in early game skirmishes, Nocturne should beat. Spell shield against the empowered Q, like you can spell shield the stun, like, and just consistent auto attacks with the improved base AD. Ooh, Vladdy.
Oh, Nuke flashes away, Vladdy with the autos! Bird is the word for Vladdy!
Not the Rod of Ages yet, but is working towards it. It looks like the Fnatic is saying, you know what, we're happy to scale. We're all good. We'll give this first Dragon up. And it makes sense in the context of the comps. We talked about how Shifters, big spike at level 6, another big spike at level 11, big spikes around their first items. And so have similar preferences, but right now, speaking of Rooster, he's joined up with his jungler to contest these grubs.
That's the equalizer. Only a Haunting guys to back it up. Razor's going to go for the smite. There's the Paranoia into the equalizer across them. Nuke looking for the Realm Warp as well. Trimby there, but there's the Pop Blossom coming out of Lost Bows. He tried to delay Shifters from chasing the rest of his team down. He'll do that. Shifters do get the kill. Eats the handshake with a shape splitter. Vladdy's here as well. Good crystallize, could cause their demise. TP coming in from the Ornn. He has the Forge God, Paranoia onto the backline. Heal up from the Aegis in the Thunder Sky out of Razzle. The Ornn Forge God comes through too, and Trimby falls for it. Bails himself out, but still going under as Fnatic get their second of the game and will take the Drake alongside it.
The fight ends up devolving into two fronts, with which Fnatic is much more comfortable to collapse because they have the numbers advantage. The cost of this is the advantage that Rooster is getting in the top lane.
Top lane tower.
Yeah, he's going to get the entire tower for himself. Look at the lead that he's been able to build up. Ooh, nice. Rooster has built these leads before, and I'm not even saying that it's his fault that Shifters don't convert it into a win, but Shifters have proven multiple times this split that them having something at bot.
I know why this happened. It's because Piduk got in, and if Piduk goes forward and hits the tower, he then is in a telegraph position. And you have Call of the Forge God and She-Bolt for the follow-up.
I don't agree with it, though. I feel like that you should have just let it hit the mid-tower.
Without getting in it.
They are going to get another hit on the bot side, but this gives Fnatic access.
Oh, Call of the Forge God into Lost, but flank here. Pop Blossom! There's the Call of the Forge God follow-up into a double root, and Piduk is dead! At the 20-minute mark, we see Piduk dying, but Rooster on the backline can begin to burn through. Upset opens up, though, and Rooster just can't get into the fight the way he wanted. Upset dashes across the wall and will chase them down. Rooster burning through Razork, but he's gonna die to Upset. His cock has crowed. As the chase continues, there's the slow. Upset cleanses it away. And Fnatic win the fight at the 20 minutes.
He's going to get there in time.
And he has TP as well, so he can always rejoin. Okay, it looks like they're starting the Baron again, or are they just claiming vision around it? No, they're definitely on it. Ricardo and Piduk. So Spears
go and answer that. The downside for them is Upset's been unleashed on this mid tower, and he should be able to secure it. I still think it's going to fall. Minions should be able to finish that one off, and he secures the tower for his team.
3 items, dude.
Yeah, he's mega fed.
Also, would you say getting caught in a side lane is part of the
Not ideal.
Yeah, so Rooster is going to have to flash away from the Flash Frost. Paranoia being used here to try and give Rooster the ability to get out, and they don't know he's in the second bush. Now they do. Vladdy still has the egg, and he's going to be fried and go into it, but Razork has enough damage to get the kill onto Rooster. Ping's coming out towards the Baron from Shifters. Upset chasing in onto Piduk. Handshake out onto the Shape Splitter. In the end, Shifters just get a little bit of vision deny around the Baron.
So it was a cross map from Shifters as they targeted Emperos. They get his flash on the top side, but they don't actually get the kill. So it's an advantage gained once again.
10K, Trimby, a hostile takeover to save the game. Handshake onto Bellow's Breath isn't going to do too much as the Baron will fall for Fnatic, and Upset begins to turn his attentions elsewhere. Double Pop Blossom, double knock-up Call of the Forge God, and Shifters answered the call of the Baron just a little bit too late.
It is completely over now. Fnatic, fantastic decision. Absolutely excellent. Oh, they're going for more.
Razork on the chase. Might just lose this to Nuke. He goes in, gets feared. Razork goes down, but Upset has the flank now onto Nuke. Paranoia out. Upset splashing forward. Rooster goes into the danger zone. And when you're there, there's not really any way out. Upset and Emperor secure the ace as Fnatic will look to push in for the win.
Okay, that was definitely too deep from Razork, but Fnatic still make the play work. They get an ace, they'll get another tower. Everything is completely falling apart for Shifters. Fnatic with such a smart Baron call.
Yeah, really smart.
They get the pick in bot lane, they push that wave out. Ryze is the one to answer it with no TP and no Realm Warp. Resets have come through, and a very quick base into TP from Vladdy. Like, such smart decision making.
Interestingly, he has upgraded Upset's Kraken Slayer, Losper's Rocket Belt, and nothing from mid jungle.
Absolutely.
It's like, hey, we know our bread is buttered.
Absolutely. I mean, Losper deserves it this game. He's had some great ultimates
really
for sure. That river fight for the second dragon really, I think, swung the momentum in Fnatic's favor. But Shifters now on the back foot. They are basically relying on a miracle.
And the miracle might come from a Nuke flank who's just walking through mid. Instead, with the Paranoia going in, Nuke looking for the flank now. Rooster's almost dead. Trimby gets called into Fate, but Fate has other ideas. Upset does fall low. Product tries to open up on him and gets him through the bailout. Now dashing around Fnatic, and the Nuke flank has worked. Razzle's going to tempt the towers. Nuke and Product still stand. They'll try and get out of here. The jump across the wall from Razzle will be enough. Product continues to dance around them, but Emperos charges him down. Fnatic lost their AD carry, lost their support, but still win the fight.
A bit too deep from the side of Fnatic, giving Shifters a moment of hope, but the fight doesn't quite go the way they want. Another tower will fall. Add another one in the middle lane. Fnatic still in full control.
Yeah, 8k gold their lead now. Still very strong, but his gold lead was 2,000 a few moments ago and is now down to 500, whereas Upsets is over 4k. Right? There's over 1,500 gold leads on 3 members of Fnatic. And
G2, MCoy, KC sitting around the top. Oh, Vladdy.
Equalizer down to Vladdy, who doesn't have Flash, but does have Flash Frost. Flash over the wall, the stun still landing. Rooster in that overheat. Will he be able to burn through the bird in time? Vladdy comes back up, and Razork's here to save his mid. Vladdy survives. Razork makes sure that he does not go down. Now Product trying to open up onto Emperos. Call of the Forge God coming out. Upset the target. Product able to dodge to the side of it. Pop Blossom though again! Finds 3. Product comes back with a bailout, and Emperos doesn't have the damage to work his way through the Clister. Bukada falling low. Nuke beginning to open up as well onto Losper. Gets him with the spell Flux. Now has to fight off Vladdy and Emperos and can't quite do that. The Sarah shield not enough to keep him alive this time as Fnatic get their 20th wild. As there will be soul for Fnatic. Shifter's going to start up the Baron. Rooster will burn through this pretty quick. Razork, though, has the Grand Starfall and can close the gap rapidly himself. Nuke looking for a flank position to see if he can get some damage down. Trimby also looking for that hostile takeover. Nuke's on the wrong side of this wall, and all of Fnatic begin to collapse onto him. Nuke is atomized. Emperor's diving in as well. There's the Pop Blossom follow-up from Losper with the 3-man knocker. But Guardian Angel, Bubukada in that hostile takeover won't be enough to save his life. Rooster opens up with the Flame Spitter, but he's down as well, and Fnatic are just running them down. An easy enough clear up for the boys in orange and black here, as Shifters once again will be relegated to defeat. This time 0-2 in the series, 0-5 in the split. Fnatic finally finding their second win after beating G2 all those weeks ago.
Yeah, Upset. Looks like he's not going to be able to find Product as Product gets away to safety, but those towers are going to drop. Shifters, they will not be able to defend their Nexus. Product gets back to base, but it's a slim chance.
Yeah, there's nothing Kalista can do in this situation, man. 3 members strong. Fnatic will hold him off. They'll take down the Nexus and secure their second win of spring.
Well played by Fnatic. They went for a scaling front-to-back comp.